Hi friends, Starry Hilder, off the grid, in the wilderness. And no, I'm not Survival Lily. Oh, I said her name. Oh, I used her name in the title. Oh, what am I gonna do? Starry's gonna melt. I'm like the melting witch on The Wizard of Oz. Okay, all right, take a deep breath, people. It's okay. I had to get the camera out and do a video about my last upload that I had that was titled, "You Don't Have to Be a Survival Lily to Survive." And apparently, you know, there's some people out there who I think sometimes, you know, you guys got to lighten up a little bit. It's really, you got to take things in jest. Some people viewed that video as, oh, you shouldn't have used her name, you're clickbaiting. I don't really need to clickbait, friends. I got the content. So we'll just dispel that. And some people thought I was disrespecting Survival Lily in my video. If you watch the video, I like Survival Lily. In fact, the reason why I used her name was because she's a great example of a different type of surviving. A different type of surviving, but nonetheless, a very practical and valuable way to survive. But just very different from Starry Hilder. Because you know what? Yeah, Starry Hilder is different from Survival Lily. And that is why I did the video and I used Survival Lily's name in the title. It's like, yeah, it's like almost I have to tell a story. This is the story. Are you ready? So I'm walking on the mountain and I'm thinking about survival. And I'm thinking about when people come to me and the concerns that they have. They have concerns because they live in areas that they feel not safe. They live in areas where if the SHTF hits the fan, they know they're not going up into the mountains to build a fort or to build a fire or to just, you know, basically survive. So they don't need bushcrafting skills. They don't need fire building skills. What they need is some practical tips on what they can do at home right now to make themselves more self-sustainable and make themselves more prepared. So what a fitting contrast between me and Survival Lily, right? So there it was. I'm walking and talking and I thought of her because she's got a great channel, a big channel, a channel that has valuable information about a different type of surviving. So here's Starry thinking, you know what? We know about survival, but in a different way that could help people who come to my channel. And there we go. We've got a video. You know, see, that's how stuff happens. I just walk and I talk and pretty soon there's a video. But after I uploaded it, some people, you know, I feel bad for some of these people because you ever know that it's like that neighbor down the road who always has something negative to say. You know, you bring them a pie and they're like, instead of saying, oh, I love the pie, it was so good, they'll say, well, I'm a diabetic and I can't have a pie. They're out there. So some of them did show up to my channel, and that's okay because I always say everybody's opinion is welcomed, and we need to talk. We need a dialogue so that we can get the kinks out and we can understand each other. But I really felt compelled to upload another video about the whole controversy, because it is important that people understand that we have a different way of looking at survival here on our homestead. And it's important to understand that because when you look at preparing yourself for survival, you should see the different facets of surviving and what may apply for your particular situation. Are you more of a Survival Lily? Is that going to be more applicable to your lifestyle and who you are? Or are you more of a Viking preparedness guy? Or are you more like a Patriot Nurse person? Or are you like a Starry Hilder? Or a you know, Appalachian Homestead with Patera? You know, these are different ways to prepare and sustain and look at things? Or are you a little bit of everything? You know, I'm standing here, and this is a perfect backdrop because, you know, we're 30 miles away from the British Columbia border. We've got Montana next door with the Cabinet Mountains. This is my backyard. These are the Canucksu Mountains, and then they go into the Selkirks, and there's some pretty rugged mountains. And then I'm standing here by my water source. This is my spring. This is my mountain spring that helps us sustain and keeps us, you know, independent. This is a lifeline right here, this spring. This is water that helps us survive off the grid. You know, you look at that, I'm going to talk about the spring. I'm going to talk about the importance of water for your survival on a homestead. Now, Survival Lilly, when she talks about water, she may be talking about water in a different way, like how to find it out in the wilderness, how to make it potable, you know, having a life straw. All of that. See, so we're coming from two different areas, but both from a survival standpoint. And that's really important to understand and appreciate. You know, the awesome thing about both of our channels is we are giving good, practical, solid advice. We're not making anything up. We're not staging anything. So they're real channels. And you know what? We're chicks. And we rock. We do. We really rock. Where can you find two chicks that know survival and can show the world that we can teach men, women, how to survive, maybe in different applications in different ways, but we can still do it. And you know, this is the thing that a lot of people behind the scenes don't see here on our homestead. Starry hunts. I got my bear last year with my bow. Not too many people can get a black bear with a bow, so I was sowing my oats when I got. We really felt compelled to talk to the people, the average person across the board, who again won't be leaving their homes and building a shelter and needing to look for water. You know, families. And that's why our channels are so different, but so valuable. Yeah. And, you know, and here's another point as I look. As I stand on, remember this? This is the mudslide. Prime example. I mean, you talk about the proof being in the pudding with being prepared for epic emergencies. Time and time again this year, our homestead has sustained epic emergencies that if we weren't self-sustainable and prepared, we would have crumbled. You know, to put it bluntly, we got to be blunt sometimes. We're not doing a whole video on how to pressure can on a rocket stove when that's the first time we ever did it, and we're just doing it for the camera. Or we're showing you how what experts we are with our compost pile, and we just created it the other day. You know, that's the reality of YouTube, and I'm just being straight with you, friends. That's what's out there. So consider that when you come to our channels. You know, I look at our channel as, this is what my husband used to say with his business, integrity. A handshake is a handshake. You have to be truthful with people, honesty. And we just need to support each other, because that's what matters. We in this homesteading community and all the other communities, we need to come together and support each other. Because in the end, friends, it really does come down to loving thy neighbor. Loving thy neighbor. So, Survival Lilly, Starry Hilder, we're on the same page. And you all should be too. Don't see the division between us, see the connection between us. Because that, my friends, is what matters. See, look, I did a whole circle already. And I'm back to my water source. Look at that. Woo, it's amazing. All right, friends, God bless. Thanks for coming on this little controversial walk so I can clarify things. And love you all. I love you all. Woo, Mr. Rooster says, we'll see you later. And give a shout out to Survival Lilly. because she really does rock as a woman. We got it going on, friends. Gotta admit.